So you may have known that I went to VidCon this year and I had a really great time. But there was some other things about VidCon that were not so great. And if I was to say out of the 4 days, Wednesday through Saturday, it was Thursday through Saturday, but I was there on Wednesday. Out of the 4 days that I was there, I'd say 20% of that time was awesome. The 80% of it was either disappointing because the panels were just kind of iffy, or like devastatingly bad. I had a terrible time. And you may have already known that if you watched Honestly Karen's video. I left her a very sad comment. I've actually seen a few other people on YouTube talking about just the pressure and the anxiety from going to VidCon, and just even people that were there with their friend. Like, they weren't just completely alone, but they were there. And I watched a few videos of just people breaking down and crying while at VidCon. Another thing is even a big YouTuber that I've been following since I started YouTube. His name is Jimmy0010, and he's actually on the Serial Time podcast with Charlie Is So Cool Like. And he was talking about it too. He's like, what am I doing here on YouTube? What is the purpose? I've seen a few other YouTubers since VidCon have just not posted any videos. They haven't really been social on social media. And to me, I don't know what's going on with everybody else. And it makes me worry. I just have no idea what's going on with other people, and I'm worried about it. And I'm worried about it not because, I really love their videos and I want to see their videos, but just because I don't know what's going on. And I'm worried about what happened at VidCon, because something happened. And you may not have known that it happened, and you may be wondering what happened, because I was wondering what happened here at VidCon. What was this thing that was so devastating? You might say, it was because I'm an introvert and I went to this extroverted thing and I got rejected by a few people that I thought were friends. And actually, I didn't really know if I was friends with them because I'd never talked to them, but I kind of had commented on some of their videos and I thought we were cool, but just it wasn't a thing. So when I talked to them, I got rejected, and I felt like, okay, this is what's happening. I'm doing this rewind thing for small YouTubers, and really what I'm doing is pressuring people into being part of something they don't want to be part of. So I felt like I was doing something wrong. That's kind of where I came away from it, feeling like. And just so you know, everybody in the community is awesome. Even the guy that rejected me, he's a great guy. It was just miscommunication, I think, overall. But just, there were, I could blame my bad experience on the way it was my interactions with other people. On Saturday, I literally sat by myself for maybe 4 or 5 hours. I was just like, I'd see somebody and I'd be talking to them and be like, okay, they would go because we didn't really know each other well. So I'd at least be able to spend a few minutes with people. But I spent a lot of time on the second floor, which was for creators, just by myself, looking around, not really seeing people. There was a few times where I saw somebody, but they're going into a panel. But just the rest of the time I just spent by myself. It was kind of weird. And I could say, okay, that's what made VidCon bad. But it's not. Okay? There was something else that happened at VidCon, and you'll hear it in almost every single video. You'll hear it in a positive way or a negative way, but here's what you're going to hear. VidCon, the main message from all the panel people was 3 different things. 1, be yourself, which I think is a totally valid and true thing. 2 was be consistent. Put out videos so that people know what you're doing. I've preached that. I think it's good, right? It makes sense, right? Be consistent. Always put out videos. So a lot of people said, hey, I've heard that before. Good, I'm on track. The third thing was, what was the third thing? It was be yourself, be consistent, and put out a lot of stuff. If you put out more stuff, then more people will see it. You'll be able to be discovered more. I don't think that was as much touched on, but it was something that was said, you know, like put out stuff. And I think maybe the fourth thing is put out quality content. So you have those four things, not three, four things, right? Main message. And everyone's like, yeah, great. That's what I'm doing, and that's what I've been telling people, and that's what I've been hearing that I should do, and that's what we're all doing. But you know what? You put out a video on YouTube, and it's of good quality, and you're doing a great job of being consistent and doing the right thing and all this different stuff. So what is that getting you? I want to talk about people that are not following the rules and what's happening to them. And I want to say, okay, if they're doing that and YouTube's telling me to do this, why are these two people doing things that are conflicting ideas? So my example of somebody who doesn't put consistent videos out every week or day or whatever is The Walking Dead or any show that you watch on TV. They have seasons. They put out 10 shows. So that breaks another rule. Put out a lot of stuff. They don't put out a lot of stuff. They put out 10 to 16 to 24 episodes a year. Okay? Two rules broken already. Consistency. They're not consistent. They put it out for 10 weeks and they might have a break in between, so you miss it, like during Super Bowl. I hate Super Bowl because it's always interrupting my shows, and I don't really care about football, so hate me. I don't care about football. 10 shows, inconsistent, not very much. I mean, seriously, I put out so many hours of video on the internet. I mean, it's like crazy in a year. How much hours are they? They're putting out 10 hours, maybe 24 hours. If it's a short show, it's 12 hours of footage on the internet. Okay? And what is the other thing? Oh, be yourself. Nobody on any network is themselves. They're all actors. They're all acting. They're all doing something that is totally not genuinely who they are. So there you have it. You have this list of things that is successful and way more successful than YouTube. I mean, TV is actually still way more successful than YouTube. It's growing in certain markets. YouTube is growing here in America. It's growing with a younger demographic, but TV overall is still growing. I've thought about that. Well, what's the difference between a YouTuber and those people? One, budget. Two, quality. So they'll spend an entire year to make 10 episodes. And those 10 episodes gets millions and millions and millions of views. And here's the thing, they have a network that's backing them up. But again, I say, like, YouTube's telling us to do this, though. They're telling us to do videos every day or every week or twice a day. Like PewDiePie puts out videos like twice a day sometimes. They're telling us to put out consistent amount of work, put it out on the right times, put it out the right days. I'm just wondering, is this really what we need to be doing? Do we really need to be running ourselves into the ground for 15 cents? I mean, like, seriously, 15 cents for a video sometimes. Sometimes it's not even that much. I mean, 15 cents, that would be awesome if I made 15 cents a video. Then I would have like $1 every couple months. But I don't even have that. Okay, so guys, I'm just wondering, people are going to YouTube and they're coming away from VidCon discontented because guess what? YouTube is preaching a broken system. This doesn't work. So what do? I think I have an answer. See, here's the deal. YouTube wants us to do it this certain way because if we do it this certain way, the more people put videos out, the more it is. Even if they're only getting a couple views, YouTube is still making a penny or two on every single video. And if there's billions of videos being uploaded, that means billions of pennies. They don't care if we're getting the views. They just care that we keep uploading videos. Because every time we do that, they get 24 cents. So 24 cents by 20, by that, that's like $24 million every time. That's a lot. Some of those videos do better than others, and some of those videos don't. But they're making a lot of money on YouTube videos. Of course, they have to pay their expenses, blah, 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 and they got to survive. But guess what? YouTube doesn't care about us surviving. They care about them surviving. So what are we going to do to fix the system? We cannot... This isn't a video about YouTube community being dead. Honestly, I think the YouTube community is stronger today than it ever has been. And because of that, I think we have an opportunity to change the way YouTube works for us as a small creator people. Here's the deal. Last year, we did something called 100 Days Challenge. If you go and look at the 100 Days Challenge, you will see that every single person that uploaded a video to 100 Days Challenge, their videos did better during that 100 days than they ever did in any of their other videos at the time that they posted. I think the first guy that uploaded his video, Joshua George, he made, I think, 2,000 some views, and just a 100 Days Challenge. It's not a viral thing. Nobody's searching for that. It was being promoted by the community. Our best video that did the best at the time, it was like 300 or 400 views. So it was 4 times as many views than any of our other videos. Now, these are still small numbers. Like, we're talking about hundreds of views versus 50. So that's not that exciting or that impressive, but I want to imagine if every time you put out a video, you did 4 times better than what you're doing right now. But imagine you only put a video out once every 4 weeks. So now you're getting the same amount of views, like overall, but you're doing it less often. And now you can actually spend 4 weeks to develop one video, and bam, you're putting out an amazing video, because what's happening right now is us as creators, we're sacrificing quality for quantity and consistency, when what we should really be doing is saying, hey, that model doesn't work. That model is BS. Okay? It really doesn't work. If I spent a month or 2 months making a perfect series, 10 videos that were just like, bam, quality, all the best content, all the best everything, scripted, just bam, the information was perfect, then you guys would get the best possible video you could possibly get, and I would be able to put out the best quality product. That's way more possible. There's a lot more possibility for that to get better views, but here's the thing, it needs to have a network. That's the thing that we don't have. We can get a MCN and they might promote us, but they're probably not going to. We can try to have our fan base support us, but they're not social media savvy. They share with their friends, but that's about where it's going to end. So what do? What if we could find a network of people, let's say, I don't know, other creators that have been working social networks for a really long time, and we could get a bunch of them together and say like, hey, over the next 10 weeks, I'm going to be setting out to do this amazing campaign. If we could get a really good launch at the beginning, I could do really well. Or instead of putting out over 10 weeks, we do what Netflix does and we dump 10 videos. But we say, hey guys, with this network of people that we know, we say, hey, I'm going to be putting out 10 videos. I've been spending the last 6 months developing these videos. They're going to be of the highest quality. Can we have a system of people that support it? And bam, you maybe get thousands and thousands of views instead of hundreds or 50s of views, which would turn into hundreds after 10 videos. What if that's what we did? I know this is a really long video and I'm rambling, but I'm suggesting something that could be the difference between making this YouTube thing work and making ourselves run into the ground. I'm not saying I have all the solutions here, but guess what? I went to another panel. This was the most important panel I went to. It was how to make a living with under 100,000 subscribers. And they talked about that. I went to another panel later and it was how to make a living on YouTube, and there were a bunch of big YouTubers, 600,000 plus, and they were like, you know what, it's really hard to make a living, you still have to have a side job. Those people are running themselves into the ground trying to make a video every week, and they're making great videos, but they're not surviving because they don't know how. The one where I was watching with under 100,000 subs make a living, we're talking about $40,000 a year, which is not a lot, but we're talking about under 100,000. If you could do that, if you could tap into what they were talking about, which is totally doable, and you just did 10 videos and they were epic and you got millions of views, we're talking about actually making this YouTube thing work. So am I saying stop making videos? No. We all need to still keep our presence on YouTube today. But I want to work the third wave in a way that moves us towards, and that's the community I'm talking about. If you didn't guess, the third wave right here. This is the deal. If we can move the third wave towards this model, we're going to be way more successful, guys. I believe we can do this because I believe in our community. Our community is something that was another thing. I went to another panel and they were talking about the community on YouTube, and they were talking about how hard it is to find one, how hard it is to build one. We have that opportunity, guys. Like we got the Facebook group that's just developed. It's amazing. There's a lot of support there. We have the Third Wave group. Has been just like supported for the last 2 years. It's been continually supportive for the last 2 years. People, I believe in this. And I have a game plan. I can't lay it out all in this video, but I'm going to be keep talking about it, keep developing this idea. And I want you guys to help me get this idea developed. Because I'm sure if we stop thinking, let's play the YouTube game, and we start thinking, let's play the creators game, where we make stuff that we love and we promote it as a group, and we make a difference in our own lives and in the lives of others, let's do that. I believe our community can do it. And I'm not just saying only the good creators, only the people with hundreds of thousands of views or subscribers, only the people with thousands of subscribers. No, I'm talking about people with 50 subscribers all the way to people with 50,000 subscribers. I believe that if we pull together as a network and we organize, we can do this. I want to put an end to what YouTube is doing. I don't want to rely purely and solely on YouTube's algorithm. I want to go away from that. I want to use YouTube as a stepping stone into what I believe we can do next, which might not even be on YouTube. If we can just get away from YouTube, I'm done. I'm done with the game. I really hate it. I guess that's all I had to say, guys, is yeah, there's an opportunity on YouTube, and yes, we can do something great here, but there is more to the internet than YouTube. I mean, seriously, I promote everything on Twitter. Okay, 20 minutes of recording here. I don't know, I'm going to try to cut it down to 15 minutes, but if I don't, guys, it's because this is really this is what I learned from YouTube, or this is what I learned from VidCon, is that all this stuff that we're doing is a rat race in a circle, chasing after subs and subscribers, and subs and subscribers are the same thing. So, views was the other thing I was trying to say. And I don't want that. What I want to chase after is quality content, great relationship, and a beautiful community, which I think we already have, and I think we can do better at. So thank you to everybody that's been following me and helping me lately. A big shout out goes to Stephen Halbhuber, link below, and a few other people that have been really supportive as well. If you find Steven, you're going to find Jack Johnson and a few other people. If you know Joshua George and Join Max, you're going to find all those people as well. Michelle Cunningham and a few other smaller people. There's like 3 or 4 different groups out there that have been really supportive of me this last year, and it's just been awesome to be a part of your guys' communities, which happens to be loosely linked to this third wave thing, which is just like, I think it's really the third wave, it's us, you know. So anyway, okay, thank you for watching this video if you watched it all the way to the end, and I hope that you can join me in changing the way we do YouTube. And the end of this video. Okay, so now I talk and the dog comes to me. Hi puppy.